Hey guys, it's me Amanda, also known as Amateurist. Today we are doing yet another book haul. Hopefully I spread these out far enough so it's not so annoying to you. These books I got from Goodwill and Ollie's bargain store outlet or something like that. And I'm really excited to read some of them. Other ones I'm like, you sound good but you were cheap, so I'm going to purchase you and learn to see if you're good enough to read. Sorry for the noise in the background. I'll try to cut it out whenever I can. The first two books are sequels, so I'm not going to read you the back of them because I don't want to spoil anything to you. The first one is The Blood King by Gail Z. Martin. Looks like this has a hair here. Yeah. It's a thicken. I need to get the first book. I have it on my wish list. I think it's called The Summoning, I think. There's dust coming off of it. But it sounded really good when I read the back, although it kind of spoiled me for the first book. But I still want to read the first book before I read the second book, you know what I'm saying? The next book is the last in the series. So I have the two first ones, and I need 3 more before I read this one. So it's The Crown by Kiara Cause, and it looks like this. So I'm not going to read you the back so you don't know the story or the spoilers beforehand of the other books. And that's all for the 2 sequels that I have. The next book I see everywhere whenever I look up apocalypse books, and I'm a little wary about reading it because the way that it's written, it doesn't have quotations and stuff like that in it, so you don't I get confused very easily about who's reading or who's saying what or what action's being done. So I am not sure if I want to read it, but I bought it anyways because it was only $1.91 and I see it everywhere. It's The Rower by Cormac McCarthy. Looks like this. A father and his son walk alone through burned America. Nothing moves in a ravaged landscape save the ash on the wind. It is cold enough to crack stones, and when the snow falls, it is gray. The sky is dark. Their destination is the coast, although they don't know what, if anything, awaits them there. They have nothing, just a pistol to defend themselves against the lawless bands that stalk the road, the clothes they are wearing, a cart of scavenged food, and each other. But like I said, it doesn't have quotations in it, so I'm like, you can't see it very well. I'm like, do I really want to read that? This sounds like I'm going to get confused very easily. But it's an apocalypse book, and I love apocalypse books. So, I want to give it a try. You know what I'm saying? Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, the author of Gone Girl. Looks like this. Another one that I'm not sure if I really wanted to read, but it's a thriller, and I hear good things about it. So I'm kind of curious about reading it. It was only $1.91. All the books from Goodwill were $1.91. I'll tell you the other ones once I reach them. Fresh from a brief stay at a psych hospital, reporter Kamala Preeker faces a troubling assignment. She must return to her tiny hometown to uncover the murders of 2 preteen girls. For years, Kamala has hardly spoken to her neurotic, hypochondriac mother or to the half-sister she barely knows, a beautiful 13-year-old with an eerie grip on the town. Now installed in her old bedroom in her family's Victorian mansion, Camellia finds herself identifying with the young victims a bit too strongly. Dogged by her own demons, she must unravel the psychological puzzle of her own past if she wants to get the story and survive this homecoming. It's another one that's kind of thick, but kind of not thick. Not as thick as The Blood King. That one's like a George R.R. Martin book. Because, you know, it says her name is Gail Martin. Anyway, this is the last Goodwill book. All those were Goodwill books. The next 3 are from Ollie's. The next book I started hearing about recently, but there was a couple of people I watched that were talking about it. I don't remember what they said about it, but I read the back of it and it sounded good. Following by T.J. Newman. Looks like this. You just boarded a flight to New York. There are 143 other passengers on board. What you don't know is that 30 minutes before the flight, your pilot's family was kidnapped. For his family to live, everyone on the plane must die. The only way the family will survive is if the pilot follows his orders and crashes the plane. Enjoy the flight. This was only $3.99. It's brand new. All these books are mostly brand new. Sometimes they're damaged, sometimes they're not. This one has like a little marker thing on top of it. But it sounds good. Like, it sounds really good for me. So I really want to read it. It doesn't have a lot of information, but you know. Next, Zombie, Werewolves, Monsters, and Horror Color Your Nightmare by... doesn't say who. It looks like this. It's a coloring book, obviously, by what I said from the cover. If you guys know me, I like monsters. I have a YouTube channel based on monsters and cryptids and all that jazz called Between Monsters and Men. And I felt like I should just get this book to color in and everything like that because it's helpful when you're stressed. And I like monsters, and I thought it was a great idea to buy that. And it was only $3.99. Next and last book. Game of Thrones Jigsaw Puzzle Book. It doesn't say the name of the author or creator. By Thunder Bay Press. It was only $2.99, which is a surprise compared to the other two books I just showed you. But this is what it looks like. They're already put together, and they're very small puzzles. So it's like, I wanted to buy it because I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, and I figured I can take them out of the book and put Mod Podge on them and then hang them up as pictures. That's what I used to do with puzzles. And I plan on doing that with some of these pictures to help inspire me for my fantasy book, because Game of Thrones helps inspire me a little bit for that book. And I just really liked the book because it was a good idea. I mean, it's puzzles and it has some of the good pictures from the actual show in it. And I wanted to use it for inspiration. So that's why I got it. Let me just flip one more page. Ta-da! Ow! Why did I do that? But I want to take the puzzles out, redo them, because taking them out will most likely fuck them up, and then glue them together and put them all over the wall for inspiration for my fantasy book. So it's 9 puzzles with 96 piece 9 puzzles. Okay. And it's a good idea for an inspiration, so I grabbed it. It was only $2.99, so it wasn't expensive. I don't know how it originally was. Oh, $16.99. It was originally $16.99, and I purchased it for $2.99. That's great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All these books are from Goodwill and Ollie's, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day.